Thanks for tuning in. It's the Mr. Show. I, Red Pill Rickster. All right, so we got a show about super toxic relationships. And I'm going to bring you right into one of my favorite shows that I like to watch on television. We're going to review it right here, but I'm not going to talk much. I want you to watch the whole thing, and then we're going to talk about it after. All right, so before I get into the actual show that I want to watch, we know about those toxic relationships. We know those relationships that go real toxic, real fast, real bad, right? But people stay in it all the time, and they stick to it. And it just continues on. Like, I don't know. Hopefully they fix those relationships over time, right? So we're going to get into one of my favorite shows on a real quick flex right here, and then we get into the video, okay? So what are we saying? Like and subscribe, and let me get to 1,000 subscribers, okay, guys? 1,000 subscribers. So what? This is a very good, what's the word I'm looking for? Example of what a toxic relationship would look like. Check this out.
You ain't these neighbors. I hate you.
I hate your ass too.
I love you.
Fuck.
Calling the dogs. All right, let's get going. This is what I really wanted to show you people. It's For My Man.
And in Cleveland, Ohio, Letitia Santos is also driven to a life of crime by a man who stole her heart.
All right.
At just 17 years old, Letitia Santos is living a charmed life in Brockton, Massachusetts, just 25 miles south of Boston.
Letitia was an only child. She lived with her mom, my auntie Sandra, and my uncle Manny, and they just spoiled her rotten. They were really good to her.
First problem right there. Spoiled her rotten. Gave her everything. Ricky, stop talking. Calling the dogs. Let's enjoy the show.
The high school junior has always kept her nose in a textbook. But these days, she's gearing up for life after school with her first true love, Darby Fulcher.
This was the man of her dreams. She was so infatuated with him. They were like the best of friends.
Following graduation, the couple moves in together and over the years welcomes 2 beautiful children into the world. Though after 7 years of wedded bliss, the storybook romance begins a heartbreaking chapter.
She found out that he was cheating on her, and it broke her heart. After the breakup, she lost her dad. He died of a heart attack. That right there was a big blow for Letitia.
That hurts. Sorry. Feel bad for her, Letitia, because these are true stories, right? So keep going.
Lost 2 of the most important men in her life.
To cope, Letitia hits the bottle, turning to drugs and alcohol to numb the pain.
Oh, man.
When you're rejected as a young woman, it can cause all sorts of emotional damage.
You said it right, bro.
Emotional damage.
It's real.
All the ideas that you have as to what healthy love is all about is thrown out the window.
And that's when the rest of her world crumbles.
Letitia loses custody of her children because she can't keep them in a stable environment.
Damn.
Without her kids, her ex, or her deceased father, Letitia is left to wander through life alone. But it doesn't take long for her to grab the hand of a man nearly 700 miles away, who leads Letitia down an even darker path.
Stefan appeared to be someone who would care for Letitia. However, there was another side to him.
Do you know who you're talking to?
He was just so manipulative that, you know, she just couldn't resist him.
What the hell? Oh my God.
That can't happen to my people, yo. We in there with her.
Her own mind.
But after just a few months of dating, his true colors emerge.
Do you hear me? I said don't work for him.
Not only
That's called post-nut clarity. I said it, yes. After a few months, yeah, everything became clear. And I guess he didn't really want her too tough. Let's go.
is he hooked on drugs, Stefan doesn't like Letitia going anywhere without him or talking to other guys. And when she does,
It went downhill so quickly. We started seeing bruises on Letitia. She would have black eyes or...
One day, she came in, and I was like, what happened to you? Is this guy whooping on you? And she was like this, no, that was an accident. I said, well, accident. Ain't no accident. It's like somebody hit you in your face.
Yeah, like...
Time and time again, Letitia returns to her man's controlling arms, though she struggles to deal with the continued abuse.
Yeah, I don't understand it, you know. I don't understand it. If you get licks and someone's beating your ass down, leave. Leave.
The relationship was really stressful. So she got to a point where, you know, she just threw her hands up and went ahead and started using again, doing the drugs and alcohol.
It's like falling off that wagon and finding the most convenient way to feel better.
Constant.
Emotional, damn it.
Constant. I don't even know what to say.
But at the end of the day, all you end up doing is exacerbating the problem,
Hurting yourself.
making it worse with that chemical addiction.
Shake my head, bro.
And when she can't figure out where to get her next fix, Stefan decides to use Letitia's dependency to his advantage.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
It's Easter Sunday, and he has no plans of hunting for eggs. He'd rather go out partying. But Stefan's car is in the shop, and Letitia doesn't own a vehicle. Girlfriend, Alyssa Wagner, to bum some wheat.
What did borrow your van have to do with you going to work?
She worked a late shift, so it was worked out where Alyssa would go and pick him up, and then they would both drive to her work together, and then he could take the car and have it for as long as he wanted that evening.
After dropping his ex off at work around 6:30, Stefan meets Letitia for a night on the town.
The first thing that the two of them did was go and pick up a bottle of liquor and sit and drink it in the car. They went back multiple times to get just full bottles of liquor and drank it while they were driving around.
Around 1 a.m., things take a chilling turn. Stefan is late to hit the brakes while approaching a red light and rear-ends an SUV driven by 31-year-old Angel Bradley Crockett, who was on her way to meet some friends.
Stefan made several observations about Angel. He noticed that she was very nicely clothed. He also looked at her SUV. It was a high-end SUV.
It's not even my car. What are you doing?
Intoxicated Stefan is adamant that Angel is at fault, even though he slammed into her and demands payment to fix his vehicle. Angel is terrified by his hostility and offers to throw him a few dollars until they can work this out. But the second she reaches into her handbag and gets a glint in his eye.
He saw some money either in Angel's wallet or in her purse and thought that she had some money to steal, and so they decided he was going to rob her. Letitia's response to him was, okay, why not?
Stefan drags her to the van, and he tells Letitia to go into Angel's vehicle and to take any items that are of value.
She just was so influenced by Stefan and so manipulated by him. She had nowhere else to turn.
Cleveland, Letitia Santos and her boyfriend, Stefan Davis, have taken the driver of the other car, Angel Bradley Crockett, hostage. And Stefan makes it clear that and Letitia is going to help him get it.
Letitia went to Angel's vehicle, looked around, didn't find any money, and came back and let Stefan know.
That's when she sees just how enraged her hot-tempered boyfriend has become.
Stop screaming. What are you doing? Shut up!
He had Angel in the back. He was demanding oral sex, then demanding sex from her and also beating her at the same time. He was choking her. He was vicious beating all around.
Stefan then shifts the rest of his rage onto his girlfriend.
He forced Letitia after punching.
Yo. You know that this is some high level, like this is when they talk about toxic men who have high level.
Emotional, damn it!
Bro, it's like, it's crazy. What normal dude even moves like this? Who even hangs out with a dude like this? This is crazy.
Her in the mouth.
She had no choice. She was frightened of him. She was frightened for her life.
She had been beaten by him in the past.
Get dressed and start driving, leaving Angel's SUV behind.
It's crazy.
Stefan knew that he could get away.
Like, as a cop, the things that you see, the stories that you can tell, bro, it's crazy.
With raping Letitia with no problem because he controlled her. But with Angel, he takes it with likely.
Stefan tells his girlfriend to head for Interstate 90, a familiar road near his mother's house. When they reach the West 44th Street overpass, he tells Letitia to pull over.
Letitia looked back. She heard the sounds of someone being strangled. She saw that Stefan had was wrapped around.
He was capable of. However, she, in her wildest imagination...
Like, what? Like, everybody and their mom is saying, how come this girl is sitting here allowing that to happen, and she's continuing to drive, bro? Like, what kind of madness is this? Oh, my God. It's absolutely
never
crazy.
thought something so violent. She was still afraid of Stefan from their past violence. But now, with this shocking turn of events, she was immobilized emotionally.
After that, she didn't hear any more sounds from Angel.
With the job done, Stefan opens...
Wow.
He hops...
I hate to be a whole real arse for this, but...
Go fuck yourself.
Like, what else can I say, yo?
back inside and demands that Letitia drive to her place to grab some cleaning supplies.
After the two of them were involved in this heinous murder, they tried to bleach the vehicle, the CSI effect.
There was blood everywhere, so they had to get it clean. They had to, at some point, give it back to Alyssa, and they needed to get rid of the evidence.
Imagine that.
Letitia was disconnected from what reality was. She was not Letitia. It was just like, she was his puppet. Anything that he said she would do.
Jeez.
Satisfied they've covered their tracks, the pair returns to the initial crime scene to retrieve Angel's vehicle. Stefan tells Letitia to get rid of the stolen SUV, while he returns the minivan to his ex. Letitia parks the SUV 3 doors down from her cousin's house and strolls home, hoping to avoid any more trouble.
When she walked into the house, yeah, she had a white t-shirt. It was torn across the collar, and they had like spots of blood on it. I said, "What happened to you?" She said, "I got pushed out of a van, and Stefan pulled me back in." And I said, "Girl, you need to clean yourself up."
Meanwhile, on the other side of town, Alyssa has just finished her night shift. When she arrives home after getting a ride from a coworker, she finds Stefan waiting in the driveway, along with her mangled van.
When she saw the condition of the minivan, she confronted Stefan about the piece of the fender that was hanging out underneath it.
Yo, so the man's like borrowing a van of his ex-girlfriend to go and do what he did, grape one girl and then unalive. What? What the hell? Oh my God, no this dude, yo. This dude is super over the level toxic.
He really didn't have an excuse. He was defensive. He fought back. He argued with her, and he walked away down the street. And that was
the keys and said, "All right, well, just whatever." Late.
The end of it.
Walking away.
It's crazy.
But when she looks in the vehicle herself, she gets the shock of her life.
She was upset and certainly was horrified by some of the things that had gone on in that minivan.
Understand how someone I thought was so in love with my cousin was such a devil.
Such a devil? Is that an understatement or what? That's like super
emotional damage.
Oh my God, no way.
During their most desperate times, Stefan would stop at nothing to find ways to pay for his and Letitia's drug addictions.
boy, oh boy.
When she would be at work and there would be men there that wanted to, pay for sex with her, he would tell Letitia to go ahead, and they basically set this guy up to be robbed.
See what I'm saying? Yo, ladies, if you have a man that deals with you like this, he don't love you. He does not love you. He don't even like you. As a matter of fact, he hates you. Straight up. Let's go.
It's out at her cousin's place, following.
This is gross.
Her boyfriend, Stefan Davis, returns his ex-girlfriend's van, dented and dinged. While Stefan hoofs it home in a huff, Alyssa decides to peek inside the van's rear compartment, and she's blown away by what's left behind.
She found that it had blood inside of it, and there were pieces of rug that were still in the van and she let Stefan use it that were no longer there. So she certainly suspected that something violent happened in that van, that somebody tried to cover up.
Definitely.
Without thinking twice, Alyssa notifies police, who immediately give her vehicle a once-over.
That was very good to hear.
Meanwhile, detectives ask her for some additional information on the van's driver.
Alyssa decided that she was going to tell the police who was actually using her.
Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, what the audacity of the man to actually use her van to do such things. Yo, he's crazy.
Minivan that evening.
Hoping for an explanation about the blood, detectives quickly uncover a list of Stefan's possible addresses, as well as his known acquaintances, including Letitia.
Yeah, man, go for it.
But before detectives get a chance to track either of them down, a call comes in that blows the doors off their investigation.
Around 4:30 a.m., the police respond to the call that there's something on the highway.
The two officers who were dispatched to the scene discovered.
Oh, man.
She had abrasions, road rash, laceration marks. Police knew that this was a homicide.
When I heard about it, it really shocked me. I was immediately looking at the both of them.
Yeah, like...
I just had a feeling that they had something to do with that.
As detectives scour the scene to find some kind of connection, Stefan is holed up at his mother's house on the far side of town, while Letitia's still laying low at her cousin's.
It's gonna come down on them hard, yo.
The next morning, I tried to get her to tell me something, but she just wouldn't tell me anything.
Nothing happened last night. I told you already.
So I kept telling her over and over, well, you just need to tell me something, because something happened with you all the way you looked last night. I ain't never seen you like that before. And she's like, don't worry about it.
You see the difference between this girl, Letitia, and the ex-girlfriend that the guy had? See how that ex-girlfriend dumped him, but somehow she keeps in contact with him. He was able to use a car and almost implicate her into a murder, while this girl here now goes home to her family member, right? She goes home to her family member who's interested to find out what's wrong with her, and she's saying nothing. She's saying, oh no, it's okay, everything's fine. So it's not just men or women who come from broken homes, because if I'm correct, Letitia had it all, or did she not? All right, let's go.
Following her half-hearted explanation, Letitia disappears and heads over to a friend's house.
All right.
But she has some explaining to do when another call comes in to dispatchers 3 days after Angel's murder.
Oh, man.
Police
R.I.P. to the family, because you know some of these are true stories, right? So R.I.P.
got a call that Angel's vehicle had been found.
All right.
And when they went to the area, they noticed that the vehicle had been damaged.
Given that the SUV is found on Charter Avenue, just a few doors down from the home where Letitia's staying, police are certain there's a connection.
All of a sudden, all these cops pulled up in my yard, and they showed me this picture of Stefan. And they said, do you know this guy? And I said, oh, I know him. That's Stefan.
When's the last time you saw the show?
Investigators say they want to speak with the couple regarding a possible murder. So Cedric
Right there, they got a good lead.
tells police everything he knows about his housemate's main man and where to find him.
Right.
However, he's not sure where Letitia is. Just then, Cedric overhears the news that Stefan has just been nabbed at his mama's house.
I heard the radio say, we got him.
Imagine that. You yourself heard that right there.
We got him. I was shocked. Like, oh my God, this can't be real.
Yeah, he's a real killer.
The next day, Cedric gets a call from his house guest.
Letitia called me and asked me to cover for her. Wanted me to say I was just drinking with her Sunday. Oh.
This girl's still going down the line to cover for this guy. She didn't feel nothing for the lady that he unalived and raped in the back when she was driving. That means she's just as grimy, just as dirty. She's just as much as an accomplice. Yo, she needs to go, bro. She needs to go, bro. So, bro, yo, bro.
All night. And I told her, I'm not covering for nothing. No.
Good. Don't cover for nothing, bro. He did the right thing. Let's hear that again, bro.
Just been nabbed at his mama's house.
I heard the radio say, we got him. We got him. I was shocked. Like, oh my God, this can't be real.
The next day, Cedric gets a call from his house guest.
Letitia called me and asked me to cover for her. Wanted me to say I was just drinking with her Sunday all night. And I told her I'm not covering for nothing, no one ever, because there's some serious business here.
Cedric immediately notifies police regarding his conversation with Letitia. However, he has no idea where she was calling from. So they immediately issue a warrant for her arrest. And 9 days later, Letitia turns herself into the local PD.
It wasn't real to find out that it's my cousin that committed this crime.
It was her.
This murder. It was devastating. It tore me apart.
With both suspects finally in custody, police interview them separately. First up is Stefan, who continues his smooth-talking ways.
All right, so people, I wish it was live right now. In the comment section, I'd be like, okay, so do you think that he's going to sell her out? And do you think she's going to hold fast? Or do you think that she's going to sell him out and he's going to hold fast and take all the blame? What you think?
His statement was that he had nothing to do with it, and neither did Letitia.
Neither did Letitia.
But when detectives sit down with Letitia and present her with the evidence, she doesn't think twice about flipping on her man.
Ooh, wasn't expecting that. So why wouldn't she do it a little bit earlier to save the other girl's life? Oh my God, bro. The other girl could have been here, man. Yo, she didn't have to be unalive, bro.
It was all his idea. It's Stefan. He's the one that did it.
She certainly was pointing the finger at Stefan Davis as the person who committed this murder.
Okay.
She was a classic victim of domestic violence, and this was her opportunity to come clean and to finally be free of Stefan, because deep down inside, she knew that they were a deadly combination, and he was a person who was extremely dangerous.
I just helped out because I was afraid.
Just to know that she has to deal with this in her life as well, it hurts. It hurts, and I just wish things were different.
Letitia exchanges her testimony for a lighter sentence. She pleads guilty to voluntary manslaughter, aggravated robbery, and abuse of a corpse, and is given 10 years in jail. When
The abuse of a what? That's a horrible sounding. The abuse of a corpse.
For a lighter sentence. She pleads guilty to voluntary manslaughter, aggravated robbery, and abuse of a corpse, and is given 10 years in jail. When Stefan hears that his girl gave him up, he pleads guilty to aggravated murder and aggravated robbery. Stefan manages to avoid the death penalty and is sentenced to 40 years behind bars.
So what y'all think about that, people? She got 10 years and he got 40 years. Oh my God, bro. Here's a problem I have with that. I have a problem with that big time, because she sat in the front of that car and she could have helped and she could have did more. But she did not. I think she should have got a little bit more than 10 years. That's just my personal opinion. Let's go.
From her cell, Letitia frequently reaches out to friends and family, hoping they'll one day be able to forgive her for her heinous actions.
She told me she regrets being with him, that he was her worst nightmare.
Letitia has to deal with the consequences from her decisions. She participated in a very brutal crime, and it doesn't matter if she wouldn't have done this if she had never had met Stefan.
Exactly.
We all have choices in life, and Letitia made the wrong choice that night.
Exactly.
Because of her choice to be with this man,
Look at her cleaning up after she knows what happened.
it cost Letitia her life,
Right.
a relationship with her children.
Right.
It cost her a future.
And it cost her the life of that other lady that was unalive by this rapist.
Because she decided to be with this monster.
Right.
It cost her everything.
That's a monster. Good word. She'll be 44 years old when she's released from prison. Angel Bradley Crockett's family wished her killers would have received a death penalty. Both of them should have gotten something along those kind of lines. I can't believe it myself, bro. Boy, oh boy. That's just absolutely crazy. And thanks for tuning in. It's the Mr. Show. I Red Pill Rickster right here. And boy, Letitia, you're wicked. You're wicked, wicked bad because you made those things happen to your friend. Your friend got unalived. You drove the car, and you were very much a part of this man's wickedness and this man's torture and his terror around people. And you let it happen, and you were part of it. And you only got 10 years in jail, man.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way.
Thanks for tuning in. Remember to like and subscribe. It's I Red Pill Rickster with the Mr. Show.